أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون أأتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغن عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخلوا الجنة صدق الله العلي العظيم. Second year class, lecture number 9, and we have waste products in our body in the form of nitrogenous waste component, and that waste product which is present in our body is the urea. Initially it was ammonia. It's very difficult to define excretion. In this session, we will discuss how excretion takes place in the human body, how excretion takes place in the animals, how you will define excretion, because excretion definition is becoming difficult when you are universally you want to define excretion. Because in case of human being, the waste product, chief waste product is different. In case of any other class amphibia, the chief waste product is different. In case of fishes, the chief waste product is different. So removal of chief waste product from the body is called excretion. Some bodies, in one body, maybe one molecule is waste product, the chief waste product, but maybe in another body that waste product is a useful product. The removal of that product in that case will not be excretion. But I have to define an excretion in reference to human body. Removal of nitrogenous waste component is called excretion. Before discussing excretion, I would like to share one information, that NH3 ammonia is formed in the liver in the human body due to breaking of non-essential amino acid, and this ammonia is more harmful than the urea. Therefore ammonia is converted to the urea by the urea cycle, which I will brief you in the next session. I am telling you this thing because in this lecture also these informations are needed. So urea becomes the chief nitrogenous waste product. Similarly, fishes who are living in the water, and they have already problem when they are living in the seawater. What is happening? They need, the salt is going from high concentration to low concentration. Look here students, if the salts are outside more, salts are inside less, which solution is outside? Hypertonic. Which solution is inside? Hypotonic, because salt is less inside, water is more. The salt will come from outside to inside. So what is the problem of the marine fishes? I was discussing in the last session as well. Their problem is that the salts become in excess amount inside the body. They need to excrete the salt to develop the procedure, to develop the mechanism. And I told you one mechanism in the marine fish. I told you they have rectal gland. I told you that sometimes their kidneys are working, and their kidneys are being their kidneys were removing these extra salts. But here in this case, I just want to tell you, in this case, if freshwater animals, what they do, this is a question mark, that freshwater animals, freshwater mean the water which is without salt, just like river, just like lakes. One is the sea, ocean with the salt, excess salts. If the fishes are living in aquatic water, mean fresh water, so what is happening there? They will be deficient of the salt, so their problem is different. So habitat will matter. The animals behave according to habitat. Habitat of seawater is different, surrounding of the seawater is different. Hypertonic, surrounding of the fresh water is a different, that is hypotonic. Now I want to introduce a one term which is written in the slide. That's why I was discussing these points. Ionocytes, visible to you? Ionocytes. Yes, this one. Ionocytes. These are special cells present in class amphibia, in the frog, in the freshwater animals, in some reptiles as well, in some fishes group as well. Ionocytes. What the ionocytes do? They are the salt cells. And they absorb salt from outside to inside, mean from low concentration to high concentration. So do you know that which transport is required to move the molecules from low concentration to high concentration? ATP will be of course needed. You are right. ATP, hydrolysis of ATP is required because ATP will react with water. Hydrolysis reaction will take place. Water carbon dioxide will be formed. Energy will be released. That energy will be used to transport the molecules from outside to inside in freshwater animals, from hypotonic solution to hypertonic solution, means salt less outside, salt more inside, but they need salts more. They will move the salt from low concentration to high concentration. Another meaning of this, such animals need to develop some modification, some balance system, some homeostatic procedure to intake the salt. I am talking about fresh water. Ocean water, sea water, they have opposite problem. You are very right now. You are thinking, sir, these both fishes are behaving antagonistically. They are behaving oppositely. And two structures are you told which are exactly working against each other. Yes, you are right. One structure is this one, ionocyte, salt cells which are absorbing the salts from the low concentration to the high concentration. Another structure which you are thinking, yes, of course, you are right, rectal gland, I told you, in the ocean, present in the fishes, that is excreting the salts. Both are doing oppositely. Now you are getting that waste product becomes a useful product in one animal, and in another animal useful product becomes a waste product. I will give you one example. For example, nitrogenous waste products you are removing in the washroom. You are going and you think this is my waste product and I am removing, this is useless, this is smell is coming. Do you know that nitrogen will reabsorbed by the plants once again? Do you know that nitrogen which is coming out from your body will become to form amino acid in the plants? Do you know that amino acids which are formed by using your nitrogen, that will be changed into essential amino acid? Do you know that nitrogen which you remove, that combine to form essential amino acid in the plants, and essential amino acid combine to form the protein? Do you know that protein which is formed in the plants due to nitrogen which is released from your body will be used once again as a food in the form of the fruit or vegetable? Oh my God. Recycling, natural recycling. No element is coming from the outer side. This is the cycle. This is the ecosystem. This is the life. So ionocytes, the ionocytes are exactly opposite to rectal gland. And these ionocytes which are exactly opposite to rectal gland, they are working in the freshwater animals. They are in the freshwater animals. So what is happening? They are taking salts from outside to inside by active transport. Do you know active transport? I defined several times. In the active transport is written here. Active is written here. Active transport mean movement of the molecules from the low concentration to high concentration. If you want to throw the ball against the force of the gravity, and if you are playing cricket and you just want to throw the ball up to the sky, what you will do? You will exert force or not? Just tell me. You will exert force and you will use your ATP molecule. Why you will exert force? Because you are throwing the ball against the force of gravity. When you will throw the ball against the force of the gravity, the ball will move up. It requires the energy. Opposite, when it is coming down in the direction of the force of the gravity, it will not, energy will not be required because the force of the gravity will help to move the ball down. Similarly, anything move from high concentration to low concentration, there is no any type of force required. And this type of example, which type of animals are doing? Do you remember those animals which I spoke in the last lectures? A smoke conformer. Yes, you are right. Smoke conformers are not depending upon any type of specific structure present in the body. They are just giving nature to decide. They themselves are not doing anything. Just molecules are moving from high concentration to low concentration, and they will maintain the isotonic nature because their body is very simple. They consist of less number of cells and they have less modifications inside, and they will survive. But complex animals need to do some modification, as ionocytes, by amphibia, chromatophore pigments of the skin. I will teach you chromatophore. They consist of salt cells, ionocytes. They will absorb the salts from the low concentration to the high concentration by active transport. You are asking the definition of the definition of a terminology, term which move the molecule from high concentration to low concentration. I tell you, diffusion. The molecules move from high concentration to low concentration. Osmosis and diffusion difference, I told you in junior classes. I am telling you again. Movement of water molecule only from high concentration to low concentration is not osmosis. It is not osmosis. But I am defining osmosis, but this definition is not osmosis. Movement of the water molecules from the high concentration to low concentration is not osmosis. Condition is left. One condition is that, do you remember? Yes, semi-permeable membrane must be there between the two layers. So movement of the molecules from the high concentration to low concentration through semi-permeable membrane is called osmosis. So students, I was just telling you about marine fishes and the freshwater fishes, how they are behaving. What is the problem of marine fish? What is the problem of marine fish? What is the problem of marine fish? Do you tell me? Yes, marine fish has the problem. They have excess salts in the body. Now, after some time, I will tell you one point. Then you will be able to understand the logic of homeostasis. Hold on and just listen. And that is the point which will prick your mind. I promise. I guarantee you that point will prick you. And you will understand logic of balance system found in the animals and similar in the human beings, because my upcoming sessions are very important. You listen all those lectures, because I am switching towards the excretory system and dialysis, and also I will tell you about the skeletal system, nervous system also very soon. Now go back to the discussion which I just want to tell about the salts. Marine animals have the problems. Marine animals have the problems. What the problems they have? The point I just want to share just a moment before I am telling that point. So be careful, please. Marine animals, they have the problems. What the problems they have? They have the problems because the salts, they have more salts. They have more salts in the body. They have more salts in the body. Why the salts are more? Because they are living in the hypertonic habitat. Habitat means surrounding. Hypertonic means salts are more outside, salts are less inside. What will happen? The salts will move from high concentration to the low concentration, from outside to inside. When salts in the fish, the salts will be more. Which ions will be more? Sodium ions will be more, chloride ion will be more, calcium ion will be more, and the magnesium ion will be more. These ions will be absorbed from the sea to the fish in the marine. This is the problem. I will tell you problem of different animal in the different area. So I am talking about the marine animals. The marine animals have the different problems. What is the problem? These four ions are entering into the fish. When they are entering into the fish, what is the problem? Question mark. Sir, sodium ion is very necessary for the fish. Chloride ion is also very necessary for the fish. Magnesium ion is also necessary. Calcium ion is also necessary. No, magnesium ion is not much necessary, because magnesium ion is the part of the chlorophyll. That is used in the plants. That is necessary for the plants. Is in one animal one ion is necessary, in another animal other ion is necessary. In your body, nitrogenous waste component is a waste product, and this nitrogenous waste product becomes useful for the plant. So two ions which are more necessary here, those are sodium and chloride ion. These two ions are essentially important. These are essentially important for the marine animals. Problem rise. When this marine fish have excess salts, I want your attention, excess salts, and they will develop some glands. They will have some glands, and those glands, I told you already, rectal glands. They will excrete this salts to outside, Rectal gland will seek excrete salts to outside, but at the same time you are telling okay, two ions are very necessary. In this book I will tell you these two ions will be used in the nervous system. Nervous system will not be able to send the message. The nerve impulse, which is the message, that nerve impulse will not be created without sodium ion. Very unique type of the nervous system. You are going to understand, you are going to study very interesting topics of nervous system very soon, in which I will talk about action membrane potential, resting membrane potential, when the nerve impulse stops, when nerve impulse do not stop, that is the action membrane potential, and that potentials are created by the sodium ion. So sodium ions are not present, the potential will not be created. Potential will not be created, nerve impulse will not be created. Nerve impulse will not be created, sensory neuron, motor neuron, associative neuron will not conduct the message. They will not conduct the message. Your brain and your body parts will have different scenario. They will not receive any message, and full paralysis will occur and death will occur. Therefore, sodium ion is very necessary for the animal, because that's the integral part of the nervous system. I just told one function of sodium ion. Sodium ion has the multiple functions. Now problem arise. Problem, you understand what the problem I am talking about? You know what the point I was talking about, that unique thing about this topic which I just want to highlight now. Look here. Look here. Sodium ions, what will happen to sodium ions? Sodium ions will see, sodium ion will excrete outside by rectal gland, because rectal gland will not select this is sodium, this is chloride, this is magnesium, this is a calcium, because rectal gland will throw all ions outside. Now what will happen? Balance system I am talking about. I am talking about control system. This is a specific control. This is just like door of the house, in which some people you are allowing to come inside, some people you are not allowing to come inside. You in the college you are allowing some people to go inside. In the classes also some students are going into some specific class. The first year students cannot go into ninth class. Similarly, when a rectal gland, how rectal glands know that sodium chloride ions are important? They don't know. They are glands. They will excrete the salts. They will do a remarkable job, and that's the point of balance system I am talking about the animals just a moment before. This rectal gland will do extraordinary things. It will release, excrete magnesium ion, calcium ion, and it will not excrete sodium ion, chloride ion. How it happens? Amazing. Rectal gland will excrete the sodium ion, will excrete the calcium ion, Ca plus 2, Mg plus 2. It will not excrete sodium ion and chloride ion. Why they will not excrete the sodium and chloride ion? The reason is that because the rectal gland knows that sodium and chloride ions are very important. These are rectal glands? No, this is a body balance system. Body balance system. That's the point of homeostasis. That is the chapter you are studying, that living things are balancing themselves, and this is the true example of osmoregulator. This is the difference between osmoregulator and osmoconformer. Osmoconformer cannot maintain their nitrogenous waste component. They cannot maintain their temperature and water. The osmoregulators can maintain their body temperature. Osmoregulators can maintain their salt concentration. And how they will maintain? The true example is rectal gland. I already told you. The rectal gland, what they are doing? The rectal gland are actually, they are not excreting the useful salt, sodium and chloride ion. Now I talk about terrestrial animals, like we are terrestrial living things. What is happening in terrestrial animals, especially desert animals, you know, desert mammals? And I will tell you about it. Do you know the modification in the desert plants? I told you cactus was the plant who was living in the desert, and what was the happening? The desert plant was having a very less surface area of the leaf. Do you know, I talked in the previous sessions, and also the leaf surface area will be very less, the number of the stomata will be less, and the stem will become a storage house of the water. Succulent stem, SUCCULE, and succulent stem, and stem becoming the stored organ, stem become the photosynthetic organ. Similarly in the mammals, desert mammals, modification, the balance system, osmoregulators, maintenance of the life. Why the life exists? The nature gave a true characters to the living things. That Mr. Animals, if you will feel any trouble, if you will feel trouble of water, I will balance your water. If you will feel trouble of temperature, I will balance. Mr. Marine Fish, if you have trouble of the salts which are more in your body, I will excrete by the rectal gland. Mr. Freshwater Animal, if you have any trouble of the salts less in the body, I will give you ionocyte. They will absorb the salts from outside to inside. Mr. Human, if you have the water concentration less in the body, I will give you antidiuretic hormone. If you have the less concentration of sodium, I will give you the aldosterone. So nature is controlling, the creator is controlling the balance system, the homeostasis. Antidiuretic hormone and the aldosterone I have to discuss in much detail in the coming session. I am talking about anhydrobiosis. This is a severe condition in the desert mammals. They are deficient in the water. They are deficient of the water. Now they had to do something superior, otherwise they will not survive. Who will tell them? Mr. Desert Mammal, if you have problem of removal of the water, what you will do? You will use your stored carbohydrate, and that stored carbohydrate will be converted into the water by the chemical reaction, and they consist of enzymes. Astonishable. They can create their water themselves. Now I can tell you another option. They can feed the seeds of the desert plant in which carbohydrate is stored, and they will break that carbohydrate, and that carbohydrate will be converted into the water. Breakdown of these products, you know, when molecules will break down, when catabolism will take place, when it will react with the water, when they will react, they will break down. When large molecule break down into small molecule, I am talking about the catabolism, I am talking about the hydrolysis. What will happen? The water molecule will be released in the condensational polymerization. So what will happen? The large molecule break down, the byproduct is water. This carbohydrate which was present in the seed and it was stored, when desert mammals ate that, what happened? Just like the kangaroo rat, what happened? The water was produced by the product by breaking the carbohydrate. So mechanisms are there. Excretion is the removal of nitrogenous waste component only in the human body. You can't say that that is present in each body. Now the point which I just wanted to share, the marine fishes have the different problems. The freshwater fishes have the different problems, and they handle the problems by different way. And one example I will tell you, the gills are important structure in the both fishes, and gills are meant for respiration, but they are doing different functions in the different fishes. For example, they are absorbing water, they are absorbing salts in one group, and they are excreting salts in one group. So kidneys, gills, rectal glands, ionocytes are helping the animals in maintenance of the salts and the water. So these are about osmoregulators. Osmoconformers are very simple hackfishes, because they are just getting the things from the high concentration to low concentration. Thank you very much. Second year class, this was lecture number 12.